Employee retention is one of the most talked about topics right now in the business world. If you have a business, one of the things you're really concerned about is this whole concept of the Great Resignation. Are your people about to leave? And what will that mean to your bottom line? Let's face it, replacing great employees is expensive, it's time consuming, and once you get someone new, you have to train them and bring them up to speed. So what you would rather do is keep the employees that you have and make sure that they feel like they are part of something bigger than just themselves. I find that there is a huge amount of disconnectedness out there in society. And the solution to this is a sense of belonging. And this is where your company comes in. If you can actually make your people feel like they belong to something, those people are going to be better employees. They're going to stay longer, and it's going to make the whole process of working for you and working with you so much better. So we need to be thinking about our people. What is it that our people need? Why do people leave a job? Most studies say that people don't leave a job simply just to go do something else, and they often don't leave a job just for a little bit more money. They usually leave a boss who is not really making them feel like they have a way to grow, a way to contribute. So my belief is we need to look at networking not as something just that happens outside the company. Networking is not something just for salespeople or for senior executives. We need to look at networking, which the definition of networking is the creation of long-term and mutually beneficial relationships between two or more people where everyone involved in that relationship will find more success because of it. We need to make the networking happen inside the company. We need to build a community where people feel that they belong, that they want to contribute, and that every day when they show up at work, in person or virtually, they are part of a team that is making a difference. So if you want to retain your employees, you need to think about the relationships they have with you, with their boss, but also with everyone else in the company. You want to build a place that has that feeling of community. In fact, Gallup has done surveys for many years, and they have found that when somebody has a best friend at work, they stay longer and they work harder. Isn't that what you want your people to do? You want them to stay employed with you for as long as possible, and you want them to roll up their sleeves and get the work done. So are you encouraging them to build real relationships that transcend just being a coworker and actually become a friendship? That's how you retain your employees with networking, is you get them to connect to one another. And then you want to make sure that people feel seen and heard. There has been an epidemic of loneliness that has been going on in our society long before the pandemic ever happened. People feel disconnected. People feel like they just simply aren't seen. And this is true in their greater lives, but it's also true at work. Are you giving people the opportunity to share their brilliance and then to make sure that other people on the team are listening to them? This doesn't mean we have to implement every idea that someone shares, but we shouldn't look at people as, that's not your job, or who are you to suggest an idea for us? Everybody's ideas should be embraced, and every employee should feel seen and heard. And when people get away from disconnectedness and get into that sense of belonging, all the surveys show that they're more creative. Don't you want your employees to be creative? A company that has an entire sense of creativity where people feel that they can share ideas, push the envelope, and contribute, that's where the magic happens. You want your people to feel like they belong and they can create to make the whole company that much better. So if you're concerned about employee retention, what are you doing to impact the culture of connectedness inside your company? I come in and talk to companies all the time about this whole concept of human connection. And it's not just about networking for your career or networking to get more sales. It's about building relationships with everyone who you encounter. And that includes your coworkers. Give me a call. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about the culture of your company and just some little things that you can do to make sure that people are building friendships at work and they feel connected.